Приветствую всех, дорогие зрители и подписчики моего канала. С вами Владимир, и мы продолжаем проходить игру под названием Moebius. Так, и продолжаем наше уже повествование в Венеции. Так. Ну почему нам показывает все равно антиквариат реактора?
Malachi, you're back.
Just landed.
Are you all right?
Так, секундочку, мне показалось, что опять я начал игру с надова. Но вроде бы нет. Просто похожий момент. Приостановил запись.
Yes, Malachi.
Так, сообщение
Did you
Декстера.
give Amble Dexter my cell phone number?
No, I told him I'd give you his message and that I didn't know when you'd be back in town.
Well, he got it from somewhere. That's all for
Ладно.
now.
Very well.
Так. Ну давай зайдем еще в офис свой.
I'd rather use my phone.
Ага, телефоном. Почитаешь пользоваться. Так, тут вроде бы все.
I don't need to call him right now.
Ясно. Ну ладно. Тогда надо отправляться в Венецию все-таки. Бумажник. А нет, пока еще нет. Так, сейчас разберемся. А, вот карта. Нет, это не та карта. Это не то. Тут тоже ничего такого не показывает.
I don't need to call him right now.
Так, подсказки не надо. Там мы смотрели вот этого Джузеппе, точнее сравнили. Так, где мы?
Nothing is coming up at all.
Ничего не найдено. Так, бумажник. Мне почему-то кажется, что... Не, ну у нас же должны быть билеты на самолет.
My wallet. Gretchen?
Yes, Malachi.
No other brilliant ideas about security?
I have a report on where to buy guns in various countries. It's not a very good option, but it's better than going into a bad situation unarmed. And maybe the mere presence of a gun will remind you not to shoot off your mouth.
Gretchen.
I mean, give your fascinating opinion quite so freely.
All right. Maybe we'll try that next time. That's all for
Попрощаемся.
now.
Very well.
Looks like I've taken care of everything here. I should head to the airport for my trip to Venice.
Угу. В аэропорт. Вот теперь все. Что-то как-то сразу не сообразил.
I started a dossier on Bianca Cardillo based on the information Dexter sent me. I should start there.
Ну
I should
давай.
call Detective Brunetta.
Так, детективу позвонить, да? Бьянка Кардон. Убита неделю назад в ее родном городе Венеции. Далее, так, повешена на мосту канала. Так, работа. «21 год через повешение». Пока что нету что там анализировать. Так, контакты. Вот, Брунетта. Позвоним.
Pronto, Detective Brunetta.
Buongiorno. This is Malachi Rector. I need to speak with you about the death of Bianca Cardillo.
I was told to expect your call. Meet me at 425 alla Due Colonne. That's the site of the murder.
Thank you. I'll see you there.
Что-то так громкость подскочила на место убийства. Так, давайте зайдем в гости в антиквариат Борози. Что там писало? У нас тут тоже дела есть.
Mr. Rector, it's a pleasure to see you. Welcome back to Venice.
Thank you, Signor Barozzi.
Did you come about the figurine? Let me know when you're ready to see it.
Угу. Что там еще зависло?
It looks like a collapsible pole. Perhaps a Venetian boat pole. Interesting piece. I don't have a use for a collapsible boat pole at the moment. But if I need one, I know where to find it.
Да, тут есть такой нюанс. Пока он не знает, как его использовать, он его не возьмет.
It's a protester. They're thick as flies in the city.
Такая фигня.
I'm not interested in hearing about her politics.
И приходится мотаться постоянно за какими-то предметами потом в итоге. Нельзя все собирать.
I've seen better in art and in real life.
Ну да.
It's not unique enough to get my interest. Venetian fine china. It's affordable and ever so slightly rare. Good for Barozzi's middle-class clientele.
Угу. Люстра. Что
The
там?
soft lighting covers a multitude of sins.
Ну, профессионально все сделано.
Genuine Murano glass. They've been making necklaces like this in Venice for centuries. This one is well kept for its age.
Какая-то это жирилия вроде бы неспроста тут.
Is it a lamp or a blow-up doll? I can't think of a client I dislike enough to saddle with that thing.
Еще какая-то люстра.
The soft lighting covers...
Ага. Ясно. Статуя льва.
I hate lions. Unfortunately, they're very popular in antiques. I never buy or sell anything like that.
Ну, хорошо. А это?
Those candelabra are interesting. They look like they came from the church. Those wouldn't be big sellers in Manhattan.
Ясно. Так, что за записки?
Barozzi is old school, like a lot of antique dealers. He still records his sales on paper.
Ну,
I'm
главное,
not
что
even
продажи
interested in
были.
sales records from my own shop. That's why I pay Gretchen. His desk isn't old, but it's certainly taken a beating. I wouldn't have it in my shop.
Так, ну давай поговорим уже с ним.
Signor
Или осмотрим для
Giuseppe
начала.
I've known him for years. While his stock is usually lower grade, he knows when he's seen something significant, and he calls me. Signor Barozzi, might I have a word?
How can I help you, Mr. Hector?
Ну давай про Бьянку Кардоло поговорим немножко.
Did you know Bianca Cardolo?
Why, yes. That is, I knew who she was. She even came into the shop one time. Her murder is incomprehensible.
I'm looking for information about her.
I didn't know her personally, but I'll tell you what I can. What do you want to know?
Так, о семье расскажи.
Tell me about Bianca Cardolo's family.
Ah, well, you know I love Italian history. Her father, Signor Antonio Savoy, is from two of the most noble Italian families, the Savoys and the Capetians. The Savoys, as you know, were the royal family in Italy up until World War II.
Interesting.
Угу. Вот, добавил, видите, один из фактов. Так, а мужа расскажи.
Tell me about Bianca Cardolo's husband.
Dante Cardolo. You know, he is from the Capetian family, just like Bianca's father. But they are distant cousins. He was very popular in Venice. He could have gone far in politics. But his support of the EU at any cost has the common people very angry. Only time will tell if his political career survives. If indeed Italy survives.
Thank you for the information.
Еще добавили данные и была ли Бьянка богатой?
Was Bianca
Конечно же
Cardolo
была.
wealthy?
Oh yes, both her birth family and her husband's family are extremely wealthy. There's no doubt about that.
I see.
It's none of my business, but why are you interested in Bianca Cardolo?
Her story caught my eye, that's all.
I can't blame you. It is a terrible thing. Oh, Mr. Rector, such a crime does nothing to help the city's morale. We could all use some good news, eh?
If you learn anything new about Bianca Cardolo, please contact me.
Absolutely. I would be happy to.
Так, еще добавили один факт. Так, антикварный бизнес.
How is the antique business in Venice these days?
How good can it be with this global recession? Italy is drowning in debt, and the protesters keep even the tourists away. In all honesty, I have never seen conditions so desperate.
Fortunately, there's always a market for luxury items. The rich get richer even in a downturn.
How can you say so? The EU is about to collapse. There are terrible days ahead for everyone.
I don't believe it's as bad as all that. The press love to fearmonger.
I am afraid it is that bad. Unless we can find some brilliant leadership to steer the world out of this mess, things look very black.
Well, I hope I am standing here in a year, and you can tell me you were wrong.
So do I.
Так, и антиквариат для клиента.
I'd like to see the figurine you mentioned in your letter.
See, here it is. Take all the time you need. I hope you'll find it to your liking. I know your taste is excellent.
We'll see.
Что, сейчас будет анализ?
That's all for now. Thank you.
As you wish.
Так, ну давай глянем на эту статуэтку.
An interesting piece, if genuine. I should analyze it.
Да, вот и анализ начинается. Так. Слоновая кость архангела. Так. Ну, вот это совпадает. Выражение лица точно такое. Шахматы с острова Льюис. 12 век. Шахматные фигурки с увеличенными и мрачными выражениями лица, которые кажутся смешными для современного глаза. Ну, совпадает. Так. Так. Вроде синтетичная слоновая кость. Так, отличает от настоящей слоновой, изобилирует неровностями. Ну как-то оно похоже, честно говоря. А это что такое? Моржовая слоновая кость. Даже не знаю, знаете, такой вопрос. Может и слоновая кость. Хотя похоже по цвету. Ну ладно. Попробуем. А вдруг это она? Так, резьба. Где фигурки? Похоже. Шахматные фигуры не были стандартизированы в средние века. Чаще всего наборы различались в зависимости от региона, правителя и так далее. Так, а это что такое? Ну, это точно шахматы. Вроде бы. Материал и детали исполнения полностью соответствуют другим фигуркам шахмат с острова Льюис. Подлинная часть набора. Хорошо.
The figurine is an excellent find, Senor Baruzzi. It's a 12th century Lewis chessman piece. The British Museum and the Museum of Scotland each have part of the collection, so we might be able to get them to bid against each other. Marvelous. Can I assume our usual split?
Of course. Oh, that is good news. Should I have it sent to your store in Manhattan?
Please do. Oh, and insure the hell out of it.
Of course. Thank you. I'm not ashamed to say I will be glad for the money.
Отлично. Так. Идем на место убийства. Дела свои решили. Теперь надо и решить дела по халтуре нашей. Так. Какая-то женщина.
That house needs repair. A lot of these Venetian homes have been passed down through generations, and the current owners can't afford the upkeep.
Так, канал.
The veins and arteries of Venice. This canal is one of the smaller ones. That window looks directly over the bridge.
Да.
I can't reach it. Besides, the door is much more convenient if I really want to get in there.
Ну ладно, с этим мы решим позже. Так.
Bianca was hanged from this footbridge. Was it a warning? If so, for whom? There's nothing I need to access on the other side of that bridge. The police thoroughly swept the bridge for clues, and I don't see anything unusual about it. Those homes overlook the canal. You'd think there would have been a witness to Bianca's hanging.
Так, детектив.
That
Посмотрим
must be
его.
Detective Brunetta. I wonder how Amble Dexter got the Italian police to work with me. There's definitely more to this than Dexter was willing to tell me.
Да ладно, давай его проанализируем. Потом будем говорить с ним. Так, красные глаза. Наверное, много работает, мало спит. Так. Может, стрессогенный, вздутие живота, кислотный рефлюкс. Я не знаю, что это такое. Вряд ли он только что поел. Курильщик. Курит, чтобы не есть. Может, стрессовая работа больше. Так. Поношенное пальто. 20 лет детективом. Допустим. Брюнетта проработал детективом около 20 лет. У него стрессовая работа, особенно напряженная на прошлой неделе. Хорошо, пошли поговорим. Там женщина выглядывает, вон видите.
Are you Detective Brunetta?
That is correct, Mr. Rector.
Yes.
I've been told to answer any questions you have about the death of Bianca Cardolo. I can't say I understand why.
Well, I'm glad to know where you stand, Detective. Let's get started, if you don't mind.
Давай про него немножко.
It's always good to know your source. You won't mind telling me something about yourself?
That depends on what you want to know.
Вы знали семью Кардова?
Do you know the Cardolo family personally?
I'm not a part of that high society, even if I had the time to have a social life, which I don't.
Так, вы круглосуточно работаете над этим делом?
This is a high-profile case, isn't it? You've been working on it around the clock.
That's right. Never lets you go, a case like this. And what is your stake in it, Rector?
Я не пытаюсь найти ее убийцу.
I'm not trying to find her killer. I just need information.
And you're a luckier man than I. But if you mean you'll stay out of my way, then I'm glad for it.
Так, вы долго работаете детективом?
You've been a detective for a long time. 20 years at least.
That's right. Someone told you about me?
Your experience is obvious.
I will take that as a compliment.
Так, ну давай его предписание, все по порядку.
You said you were told to answer my questions. Can I ask by who?
You don't know?
I'm not in the habit of asking questions I know the answer to.
I was told it came from a mayor's office. You were hired by Senor Cardolo, perhaps?
Ха-ха. Нет, это не он.
No, it wasn't Cardolo.
Interesting. Well, at least I know that much.
Так, ну давай про Бьянку уже.
Tell me about Bianca Cardolo.
She was a popular figure in Venice. Everyone knew her. She was even named the most beautiful woman in the city several years ago. The public wants her killer found, and so do I.
Угу. Теперь про убийство само.
Tell me about Bianca Cardolo's murder.
We know she was followed while walking home from a concert. She ran. The killers caught up with her here where we're standing. They hanged her from this bridge.
Sounds familiar. In fact, I read that much in the papers.
I can't read your mind, Mr. Hector. If you have questions, ask them.
Она была одна.
She was walking home from a concert alone?
Yes, her husband is a very busy man. As I understand, she often attended artistic events without him.
Ее ограбили, изнасиловали.
Was she robbed? Molested?
No, her purse fell into the canal. We retrieved it. Her money and credit cards were all there. Her jewelry was untouched. There were no signs of rape.
Были ли свидетели?
Were there any witnesses?
No one came forward, even after Senor Cardolo put out a personal request.
Ну, здесь ли, наверное, какие-то зацепки?
Do you have any leads on the killers?
No. If you want my opinion, such as it is, they were professionals. They left no physical evidence on the bridge or on the body. Even the rope was generic.
Семья Кардоло.
Tell me about the Cardolo family.
Dante Cardolo, her husband, is extremely wealthy and a very important man in local politics. Well-respected man, for good reason. Her father, Venetian royalty. It would be difficult to find a more distinguished bloodline anywhere in Italy. This crime has all of Venice in shock, and we have no leads. We haven't found anyone who would want to hurt her.
And yet, someone did.
Yes. If you want my opinion, her family had nothing to do with it. But that begs the question, eh? Who did?
Ну, попрощаемся.
Those are all the questions I have, Detective.
Maybe someday I'll know what this was all about, eh?
I doubt it. Even I don't know what it's all about. But I wish you luck in finding Bianca's killer.
I'll need more than wishes. Arrivederci, Mr. Hector.
Arrivederci.
Видели, там старушка выходила из зеленых дверей? Это не все так-то просто. Сейчас постучим. Ее окно как раз выходит на канал.
Pardon, Signora. May I have a word with you?
Yes? What can I do for you?
Закрыла. Так, давай ее
The old woman
осмотрим.
must own that rundown house. They're a matched set.
Так, это что-то ей можно дать, да? Проанализируем ее. Так, строгая прическа. Ну, наверное, учительница на пенсии. Так, трогает шею. Продала или потеряла украшение. Изношенная одежда. Ну, низкий доход. Мозолистые пальцы. Ну, наверное, играет на струнных инструментах. Сеньора, бывшая учительница музыки с денежными проблемами. Давай поговорим.
Yes, signore. What can I do for you?
Ну, давай о ней немножко. Я хотел бы представиться.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Malachi Rector.
Buonasera, signore. I am Caterina Falone.
У вас милый дом.
Is this your home, Signora? It's lovely.
Ah, grazie. It's been in my family for 4 generations.
Вы, похоже, нервничаете. сеньора.
I noticed that you seem nervous, Signora.
You would be nervous too if unspeakable things happen just outside your front door. I do not wish to talk about it.
Про убийство немножко.
I would like to speak with you about the murder, Signora.
No, I'm sorry. I won't speak about that. I already said as much to the police.
But I am not the police. You can talk to me.
I don't know you, signore. And it is too terrible to talk about. No.
Так. Ну, попрощаемся.
Thank you for speaking with me, Signora.
It was a pleasure to speak with such a fine gentleman. Arrivederci.
Ну, там неспроста упоминалось, что ожерелье. У нее она трогает, держит руки возле шеи. И то ожерелье, которое мы видели в антиквариате Барозе. Вот это оно. Его нужно выкупить.
Ah, Mr. Rector. I'm glad you stopped by. Someone was here looking for you.
Кто?
Oh? Who was that?
It was an Asian woman, middle-aged. She didn't give her name. She came in to inquire about you after your last visit. To be honest, I didn't like her manner, and I told her I didn't know you. I hope I wasn't wrong.
No, she doesn't sound like anyone I know, and I don't care for people knowing my business. Let me know if she bothers you again.
Of course.
Угу.
Genuine Murano glass. They've been making necklaces like this in...
Так.
I don't have anything new to say to him at the moment.
Блин, но это же ожерелье. Это ее. Как его выкупить? Так, тут вроде ничего. Статуэтку тут мы сделали. Тут видите, параметры 6 из 13 пока еще не набрали.
I believe that's a younger photo of Signora Filone.
Ага,
who
видите?
lives near the site of Bianca's murder. She's wearing a Venetian Murano glass necklace. I don't recall seeing it on her when we met.
Да, молодой она была намного красивее. Ну, все мы к старости станем такими страшненькими. Вот она.
I think this one is worth a purchase.
Ага.
I'd like to buy this necklace.
Certainly. Let me get that for you. Shall I put it on your account?
Please.
There you are. You have a good eye, as always, Mr. Rector.
Так, и теперь можно пойти поговорить с старушкой еще. Просто я как бы пробовал, играл в эту игру и знаю вот этот момент. Что тут с ожерельем замешана штука. Так что не удивляйтесь, что у меня как бы так легко получается. Так.
Signora Filone, I was so struck by your elegance during our earlier conversation. I saw this in a shop today, and for some reason had the idea that it must be worn by you and no other.
Oh, signore. How would you have known, eh? I had a similar necklace that I wore for many years, but recently, well, I was forced to part with it. I shouldn't accept it, but it has been years since I've received tokens from such a handsome young man, eh? How can I refuse? Mille grazie, signore, thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Давай про убийство еще поговорим.
I'm sorry to trouble you with a distressing subject, Signora. But may I ask you about the night of the murder?
I really don't want to talk about that. I'm frightened.
Of course you are. Who wouldn't be? But I'm not the police, and this information is not for the courts. It will stay between you and me.
Well,
У музыкантов вроде вас должен быть очень острый слух.
A musician like yourself, your ears are very keen.
yes, I heard a scream as if her mouth was covered by a hand.
Вы выглянули в окно?
You looked out the window. What did you see?
There were two men, all in black, slender, small.
Вы видели их лица?
Did you see their faces?
No, their heads, their faces. They were covered in black, as if they were in a play. I swear. Oh, perhaps I've been foolish. I should have stayed quiet. I must go. Thank you for the necklace.
Signora,
И надо попроситься еще на...
I can't reach it. Besides, the door is much more convenient if I really want to get in there.
на балкончик.
Katerina Filoni's home needs repair, but she obviously can't afford it.
Хотя, может, на мост
There's
зайти.
nothing I need to access on. That wouldn't do much good. There's something on the bottom of the canal. Could it have fallen
Ага,
from
да.
Moebius?
Так, а теперь нужно смотаться за веслом, вот тем, который мы видели. Не так. Антиквариат, хоть бы так. Так и заодно...
Hello again, Mr. Rector.
Signore Barrosi,
Ничего нового. Это я возьму.
I'd like to take this boat pole. Can you put it on my account?
Of course.
Так, и вот я не помню, можно ли достать.
The hook won't stick to the bare pole. I need to try something else.
Крючок нужен, да? Крючка я не видел нигде пока что. Надо будет посмотреть.
Come
Может,
in, Mr. Rector. Please,
тут
sit
в
down.
доме
Thank you,
Кордова.
Signor Condelo. I'm sorry to intrude at a time like this.
I've been asked to speak with you, and that request came directly from the U.S. Embassy.
Impressive.
What interest does the United States have in my wife's murder? Do you think it was a terrorist act? Why would they want to hurt Bianca?
I don't have the answers, Signore. I'm still investigating.
Very well. I've already been over everything with the police a dozen times, but I'll do what I can to help you.
Так, ну давай про него немножко.
It would help me to know more about you.
Very well.
Бьянка была вашей первой женой?
Was Bianca your first wife?
See, I worked hard all my life, and I'm not ashamed to say I enjoyed my youth. But a man who wishes to accomplish certain things in life needs a wife. Bianca was everything I needed. She had beauty, style, connections. I doubt I will ever find her equal.
Ну, расскажите мне о своей работе.
Tell me about your work.
I am consigliere of Venice. I used to practice law, but for now my focus is exclusively on politics. Venice is struggling, as is all of Italy. It will take the best of all of us to save her, if we can.
Ну, а Бьянке что скажешь?
Tell me about Bianca.
What would you like to know?
Она играла на пианино?
Did your wife play piano?
No, she was quite musical, but she preferred dance. She was in a classical dance company before we were wed. As for the piano, Bianca loved to entertain, and music was always a part of such evenings.
Еще один факт. Так, а как вы познакомились с Бьянкой?
How did you meet Bianca?
Bianca's family is one of the most influential in all of Italy. I have known her father for many years. I watched Bianca mature. She was the perfect politician's wife. She loved meeting people and doing philanthropic work. I knew she would make the perfect wife for a man of my ambitions. Fortunately, her father agreed, and I was able to convince her to marry me, even though she was quite young at the time.
А сколько лет было Бьянке, когда вы поженились?
How old was Bianca when you married her?
She was 18,
Ah.
I was 43.
Нифига
She
себе.
was very mature for her age. She knew the life she wanted, and I could give it to her. She was happy in our marriage, especially once our son came along.
Ага, может даже дети есть. Так, у Бьянки должны быть какие-то недостатки.
I realize it is difficult to speak ill of the dead, but Bianca must have had some flaws. No one is perfect.
It is a good thing that I, myself, am a man who often has to say things no one wants to hear, because otherwise I would throw you out of the house for that impudence.
As you say, getting to the truth is not always pleasant.
She was a beautiful young woman. She had some insecurities. Never thought she was good enough, perfect enough. Perhaps I should be grateful for that. If she had been more confident, she might never have married me.
I appreciate your honesty, signore.
После свадьбы Бьянка бросила танцы?
Bianca quit dancing after you were married?
Of course, it was hardly appropriate for the wife of a man in my position.
Сколько лет было Бьянке, когда она родила сына?
How old was Bianca when she had your son?
It was a year after our marriage. She was 19. Does that have some relevance?
We'll see.
Угу. Еще факт. Ну, давай и убийство Бьянки.
I must ask you about Bianca's murder.
If you must.
Ну, это тупо, вы знаете, кто убил Бьянку. Расскажите мне о том вечере.
Tell me about the night it happened.
Bianca wished to attend a concert. She had a number of musician friends from her student days. I declined to go with her. It was nothing important, and I preferred to get some work done. Now I wish I'd never allowed her to go out alone.
You couldn't possibly have known. It's not your fault.
Ну, давай спросим уже. Знает ли
Do
он?
you know who killed Bianca?
No, she was a beautiful and gracious young woman. She had no enemies, nor do I.
Слышал, что ваша политическая линия не очень популярна.
I've heard that you have unpopular views. Perhaps someone took offense to them.
Do you think someone would be cruel enough to hang my beautiful young wife because they did not like my politics?
I think people are not very wise and often violent.
I cannot control what madmen think or do.
Ну, попрощаемся.
I'm afraid I must get back to work. In times of fiscal crisis, one is not even allowed the solace of grief. You may stay and look around. I have told the staff that you are free to come and go. You'll find Bianca's bedroom through that door there. And before you ask, the house has plenty of rooms. Bianca liked having her own sanctuary. We were happily married.
I would be the last person to judge such an arrangement. Thank you for your time, Signor Cardolo.
Goodbye.
Так, хорошо. Так, еще добавились факты про нее. Еще нужно 4, чтобы начать уже что-то сравнивать. Так. И продолжим мы, пожалуй, уже в следующей серии. Будем тут все осматривать внимательно, анализировать, и где-то может даже найду себе крюк. К весу какой-то прицепе, может. Посмотрим. А пока всем спасибо за просмотр. Если понравилось, не забывайте ставить пальцы вверх. И до встречи в следующей серии. Всем пока.